Zainab says, a friend of mine claims that we should not say that Allah is on the throne because it will mean that Allah holds physical space. But if Allah does not have physical existence, then it means He is just in imagination, but that He is just an imagination. And how can someone see an imagination whereas Allah has promised to show Himself to the people of Jannah? Zainab, these issues are very sensitive. As Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, as believers of the Quran and the Sunnah with the understanding of the three favored generations, we do not use our logic when it comes to Allah Azza wa Jal. So when it comes to Allah's beautiful names and attributes, we do not say that this is logical, this is not logical. How can we say this? How can this happen? This is unacceptable. We did not see Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah cannot be imagined. So how dare someone ask a question or deny something from the Quran and the Sunnah? This is exactly your friend, what he's doing. This is exactly what the Jahmiyyah did when they made all the names and attributes of Allah Azza wa Jal without any value. So Allah Azza wa Jal is all hearing, but He doesn't hear. How is that? They made Allah exactly as they define vacuum. So when they wanted to describe Allah, they said Allah is not up, Allah is not down, Allah is not in front, Allah is not back, Allah is not on the right, Allah is not in the left, Allah does. If you want to describe something that does not exist, it would fit as a glove. And this is wrong. Now, as Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we only believe in the names and attributes that Allah had told us about them in the Quran, or that the Prophet himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us about in the Sunnah. That's it. No one can come out of the blue and say that, Wallah, Allah's beautiful name is so and so. Where did you get this name from? Quran, Sunnah said no. So then this is unacceptable. Likewise, when you come to talk about Allah Azza wa Jal does not hold a physical space. The issue of holding a physical space was not told to us neither in the Quran nor the Sunnah. So when you say such a statement, we have to know exactly what do you mean. If you mean that Allah Azza wa Jal does not exist, like the Jahmiyyah has explained, and that He is nowhere, nothing, and the likes, all negative attributes, in this case, no, this is wrong. We know that Allah Azza wa Jal exists. We know that Allah Azza wa Jal is above His throne, and His throne is the ceiling of the of paradise, and that Allah is above all, and Allah is in the height. In Arabic we say fis sama. Fis sama does not mean in the heavens, because nothing can surround Allah Azza wa Jal. But it means Allah is in the height. Allah is above and high over everything. Likewise, to say that Allah has no image, Allah has no body. The issue of body was not mentioned to us in the Quran and the Sunnah. So we do not affirm it nor negate it. We say it's an innovation to attribute it to Allah Azza wa Jal. We don't say Allah is not, and we don't say that Allah is. So these are things that philosophers came up with to confuse Muslims. Muslims believe in Allah Azza wa Jal, beautiful names and attributes. Now, to say that Allah Azza wa Jal does not or does hold a physical space, this is not correct generally. This is too generic. If one means that Allah does not exist in any form, this is wrong. if someone says, no, Allah exists, and we know that He's above His throne, above all creation, we say that this is true and correct, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.